On the next Rick and Morty.
Beth, I know it looks bad, but trust me, this is life in the galaxy, okay? It's totally normal.
Fine. You won't do something, I will.
Well, there goes the surprise. I was gonna have us jump on the trampoline after we caught our first fish.
What? You're stupid.
I am. Beth, that's not gonna help.
I hate to agree with Rick, but shouldn't we just let this be? We're supposed to be on vacation.
You're unemployed, Jerry. Every day is a vacation for you.
Okay.
If anything goes wrong, which it won't, jump into the same vat of acid I jump into.
Okay, wait, what? What vat of acid?
Morty, close the door.
I'm very proud of that episode. It was a pretty quick process.
Quick death, come on.
We kind of wrote the episode as far as like figuring out the structure of it in a day, and all of us were still kind of weirded out that it worked.
It just came from us loving Batman.
And we were talking about what a staple vats of toxic waste were in the 80s. And Brandon Johnson, who plays Golden Fold, made the observation that that's just good for production value. Like, as if that's why so many people died in vats of acid in the 80s is because it was an easy way to kill people cinematically. Then we were just off.
Oh, Maron! Look at the size of the bones on that rack.
It was so dumb. All of us were like, this idea is incredibly stupid. The funniest thing we could do is try to make it a whole episode.
If there's something stupid about this idea with the bones floating up, okay, well, make the story about whether or not it's stupid.
And then go into just like very dark territory.
There's no such thing as a bad idea, Morty. It's about execution.
One of the biggest heroes of it is the director, because the episode was 5 minutes short on his own accord. He just did that whole extended plane crash sequence. That wasn't in the script.
They said kind of go nuts, and I read that book alive in middle school. It may have traumatized me as a kid.
It's like one of the darker episodes we've ever done.
What did you do?
I think it's more appropriate to ask, what did you do?
We thought it'd be so funny if it turned out that all of this was just an insane runaround to get another I Told You So.
Did you have fun, Morty?
Is this because of the vat?
But also, I think one of the most merciful episodes we've ever done. Like, all of us have done things we're not proud of.
Jesus, Morty, the AARP?
I don't want to talk about it.
It's hard out there. Everyone deserves to have one acid vat in their life they can just jump into and have a do-over.
Damn it.
Say the vat is good.
The vat is good.
And that is the lesson of acid vat.
Catch a new episode Sunday at 11:30, only on Adult Swim.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my Rick and Morty Season 4, Episode 9 trailer video. We also have an update on Season 5 episodes. Justin Roiland did a big interview about what's going on with the status of Season 5 episodes, so we'll break it down. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. We're doing a Rick and Morty merch giveaway too. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave all your predictions for the episode on the video. I'll name a new winner at the end of this. This time it's an adventure with the whole family. For those of you on my last episode 8 video wondering where the rest of the family has been the second half of the season, there hasn't been a whole lot of the other family members, but I think that's mostly just because they're trying to take the episodes back to more of the Season 1, Season 2 dynamic, when it was mostly just Rick and Morty on adventures, and the family members were just background characters. There were a couple episodes during Season 3 where you had way more of each family member paired up with Rick in episodes. The interesting behind-the-scenes reason that they revealed for that is that when they go to a lot of different planets and the family's scattered all over the place, it winds up being a ton more work for the animators because they have to animate so many new scenes and they can't reuse a lot of old animation as much, which is an animation trick to just cut down on production costs and time. Like when they're standing around the house a lot in scenes, they can actually reuse backgrounds that they animated for previous episodes and just touch them up a little bit, and it saves a bunch of time. There was a clip I put in one of my videos a while ago about how the animators were going on about how crazy it was to animate Rick and Morty compared to other animated shows like South Park with really primitive looking animation. South Park can get an entire episode out in under a week, but that's just because it's made in such a primitive way, but that's on purpose. Rick and Morty is way more complex as a show to make. The title of the episode is Childrick of Morty, which is a reference to the early 2000s movie Children of Men, which takes place in this near-future post-apocalyptic world where the population just stops being able to have children the natural way. Suddenly, this random woman gets pregnant again, and everyone treats her and her child like this messianic figures, and the government tries to hunt them down and capture them with a bunch of freedom fighters trying to protect them. I'm assuming that's a reference to this dynamic that Beth and Rick and the family have with these weird gingerbread-looking men pouring out of this volcano. Based on the weird colors of the landscape, it just seems like they're on a family vacation on another planet for some kind of camping trip, because Jerry is talking about catching fish and he has a weird trampoline with him for some reason. Not sure why these gingerbread-looking men are pouring out of this volcano, but they kind of sound like Meeseeks, so it's Justin Roiland doing the voices for them. Like they have this low-level intelligence, but they're not quite as smart as Meeseeks, because we know that the Meeseeks are capable of complex thought and improvisation. But Rick is trying to shrug it off like it's no big deal, wanting to move on, but for whatever reason, Beth is pissed off and wants to do something about it, seeming like she's trying to save some of them with the trampoline that Jerry brought them, as if that's going to help. And I love the dynamic here, because even though they decided to stay together at the end of season 3, Beth is back to making fun of Jerry for not having a job. Every day is a vacation for you. And in a rare moment, Jerry actually agrees with Rick on something, that they should just walk away and leave this alone. Way back at Comic-Con last summer, they were talking about how this season there was supposed to be some huge Beth moment in one of the episodes. It sounds like they were referring to this episode.
I literally cannot stop thinking about this tag that you guys don't know about.
We have a tag in season 4 that's gonna tee some shit up in season 5, and I.
It's so good because then the response. It's so good.
The finale of season 4 is really good.
Yeah.
We get canonical.
Yeah, she has some great character stuff. You have some amazing.
Hey, easy. Too much. You said too much with that.
I'm sorry.
Beth is a clone.
The special season 5 post-credit scene that they were referencing also seems like it's going to be in the finale, episode 10. And speaking of season 5, Justin Roiland just did a big Rick and Morty season 5 interview. According to him, most of the season 5 episodes are in the can, relatively speaking, and even though they haven't recorded with the voiceover actors yet, he said that they might tinker with the animatics a little, and he's not sure exactly what the network's plan is for airing all the episodes. But he thinks that if they can get them all done by the end of the year, Adult Swim will just air all 10 without a really huge break like they did for season 4. The main reason, according to them, why they waited till now to release the rest of the season is just because they didn't finish these last 5 episodes in time to air them sooner. They also started hiring new writers for season 6 a while ago, so they're already writing their season 6 episodes, so that just gives you an idea for where they are in terms of episode production. During that same interview, Justin Roiland also went on a mini rant about his idea to only air one episode of Rick and Morty every month, and then just stretch each season out for almost an entire year, 10 months of a year if there's 10 episodes per season. And he claimed that in that scenario, the network should be able to turn each episode premiere into a much bigger event, and it would give the production team time to finish each episode on a much more reliable schedule. I don't really agree with him that airing one episode per month would help viewership. Even most major comic books release 2 episodes per month. And one of the other issues with that is that Adult Swim doesn't really have an advertising budget that's big enough to do something really huge like that every single month. But he did say that Adult Swim tries to do something a little bit different with the way that they drop each season of Rick and Morty. So don't be surprised if their release schedule changes just a little bit season to season. But the rest of that clip is just them going on about how much they love Batman and the 80s tropes of toxic waste and vats of acid, and how they challenge themselves to just create an entire episode around that concept, framing it as a huge Rick, I told you so moment to Morty.
Say the vat is good. The vat is good. Kiss the vat.
But just a reminder, in terms of the season 4 episodes, episode 10 will be the finale, and as far as we know, we won't get episodes again till at least the end of the year. It's possible if they don't finish episodes in time, then they'll just wait to next spring and air all 10 episodes together. So just be prepared in case they say no more Rick and Morty for the rest of the year. That is a possible scenario. My full video for Rick and Morty season 4 episode 9 will post next Monday, just like I do every week. Congratulations to Leonard Thomas, you're the giveaway winner from my last big Rick and Morty video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your details. Everyone click here for my full Rick and Morty Season 4 Episode 8 video, and click here for that epic Mandalorian clip of Dave Filoni explaining the Star Wars prequels. It's amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.